What's up, y'all? It's Ty, and I'm back on NBA 2K24 for the first time in probably, I would say, months that I've actually loaded up this game. I'm actually on a different account, and I don't even know. I don't think I've ever actually used this account primarily to play the game. But I do want to be talking about the auction house once again in NBA 2K25 that is going to be coming. And how 2K did release a statement in their Discord saying that sniping would officially be allowed in NBA 2K25, which is huge, guys. When you're talking about the biggest thing in a game mode, the auction house is huge. But people are like, Ty, are they going to allow sniping or not? And here's what we know. You guys can see here specifically from 2K's Discord, somebody asked, is sniping cards allowed in the auction house? And he says, we will only be targeting transactions for bans that are detrimental to the health of the mode. Sniping cards listed for lower than their typical sell value is not detrimental and is a great positive of having the auction house back. Now, I want to expand on what this means and why this is important for a large majority of the community. A lot of people ask me, Ty, all the time, whether it's college football, whether it's MLB, whether it's NBA 2K. Ty, how do you make coins being no money spent? Ty, how do you have so many coins? How do you if you don't spend money in the game, how do you have success? And this is a key to success right here. Sniping cards for your squad, whether it's to resell them or to use them, is the biggest key to having success in these ultimate team modes. It's what allows you to build teams that can compete with the best teams in the game, guys that spend money every single week on packs when you do a snipe more often than somebody else. And the fact that we know it is allowed heading into NBA 2K25, my team, is super important. This comment makes it feel like you're not walking on eggshells every time you load up the game, because there is no fine line of, oh, well, you can do this, you can't do this. They basically said as long as you're not basically buying coins specifically, you are going to be A-okay in 2K25 MyTEAM. So let's say Day 1, Amethyst Giannis is going for 150,000 coins. You snipe him for 50,000 coins and you sell him for 149,000 coins. You're going to be fine. You're going to make, let's say, I don't know, 80,000 coins. You're not going to be at risk for a ban, anything like that. And there's other things you can snipe as well. I remember I used to be sniping contracts in my team. You can snipe playbooks. You can snipe way cheaper cards. The list goes on, and I will be dropping some big time tips and tricks on my channel on how you guys can make easy MT when the game is released. But I just think that the fact is that this was something I was worried about. I was super worried about when they said that, you know what, use the auction house as it's supposed to be used, that 2K would overdo it, that they would, overban. The auction house is basically a separate game within the game. Some people play 2K specifically to snipe. They don't even like playing the game. Honestly, they like sniping cards for low, selling them for high. That is their fun when it comes down to the MyTEAM mode. And honestly, for me personally, that was a lot of my fun as well. Yes, I have fun playing the game, but working the auction house is super fun for me as well, because I don't like spending money on packs every single week. Will I spend some money on the game? Probably. I'm not going to sit up here. As long as the game's good, as long as it's fair, as long as 2K doesn't overdo things like they did last year, I have no issue with spending money on the game that I have fun with. But part of the fun for me is making my coins last a long time. For example, in college football 25, I spent money on the first week, and my coins have grown in a big time way. And since that day, I have not spent any coins on the game. Why? Because of the auction house. It's the same thing in MLB The Show. I spent $0 on the game. I got Babe Ruth. I mean, I'd always had one of the best squads in the game. Why and how? It's because I was working the auction house. And that's how it should be. If you spend time working the auction house on the game and you know what you're doing, you are going to make coins. But it's not like it's hurting 2K. From their perspective, if a card goes up for a low, whoever does sell that card, they're the ones that at a loss in a way. Like, they're the ones at the end of the day that are losing coins, and they're probably going to have to, whether it's rip packs, play the game a lot more, whatever it is, to make up for the loss of coins. So I'm super glad that not only did 2K answer this question, they answered it and kind of was in favor of the community. Now look, we've seen 2K lie time and time again in the past. So am I saying that the game's going to be perfect? No. Am I saying that this for sure isn't going to happen? Who knows? Especially when we're talking about 2K, talking about a company that incorrectly banned people 2 years ago. We've got to take everything they're telling us with a grain of salt. Yes, everything sounds good. The auction house is back. Sniping is back. They're only going to ban people that are abusing the buying empty, and that's the way it should be. Even the fact that they answered this question, I'm kind of surprised, because a lot of times, especially when we're talking about the communication from 2K's side, it hasn't always been there in the past. And so the fact that they answered this question and basically look at their last sentence, sniping cards listed for lower than their typical sale value is not detrimental and is a great positive of having the auction house back. Heck, I remember Six Man Sam, who's now a MyTEAM dev, that was one of his favorite things to do was snipe cards. Like, that was fun. It's fun. It is absolutely fun for the MyTEAM community. And again, that is a basically separate game mode that 2K has brought in to the forefront. So I saw somebody tweet out that, okay, if they would not have answered this question like they did, then MyTEAM would have been doomed. And honestly, guys, I kind of agree with this. This was the only way that 2K really could have answered this question that would have, been justifiable, genuinely. But the fact that they answered this and not only said that like their sniping cards is going to be allowed, but that they said it was a great positive of having the auction house backs, it seems like that they're starting to maybe lean more into working with the community, coming up with a fun game for the community, and listening to the community. Now, again, this is only the dev book. We'll see as the game is rolled out how many cards are put behind their massive paywall, what the gambling looks like within the game. Is the auction house actually going to work the way it should? Are false bans going to be given out? There is so much more to be kind of discovered as we do dive into this. But think about this compared to where we're at right now. How inaccessible the game is right now. I'll just go into the mine collection right now and we'll just go into season 8. All of these cards are not accessible. And I want you guys to realize how bad this is for the game mode. It's one of the reasons I couldn't play the game anymore. You want to talk about, oh, they said the player market would be accessible. It was not accessible at all. It was the worst thing that this game has ever seen. But remember, just 1 year ago, 2K said that this would bring great fairness and accessibility to the game mode. And it did exactly the opposite. So I'm just going to tell you guys, be careful when believing everything that 2K does tell you, because a lot of it is just simply not going to be true. So I'm super optimistic about the game. I think it's going to be a good game. And if they actually do follow through with their words, we are going to be moving in the right direction. But I'm so sick and tired of being lied to. I'm so sick and tired of them not following through with things that for me right now, yes, I'm somewhat optimistic, but I'm not just going to believe everything that they are saying to us. Yes, they told us that, guess what? The auction house is going to be back. Sniping is going to be allowed. Awesome. Okay. Are the best cards in every drop going to be in the auction house? Or are there going to be special inserts? Like, what does that dynamic look like? Are there going to be a lot of, unsellable, unauctionable cards? Or are most of the rewards going to be auctionable, going to be sellable? These are the things that I personally want to know moving forward. And again, I want MyTEAM to be a great, fun, and enjoyable game mode for everybody. Do I want it to be fair? Absolutely. And moving forward, do I recommend buying MyTEAM points? No. I think it can be so enjoyable without that, with sniping, with grinding, if 2K allows their community to do that. That's going to wrap it up for my video. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.